gonna catch 5 horses out here today. Again, like what we talked about with our last lab, use your fences to help you. Some of these horses are hard to catch, some of them are easy. Okay, so what horses I want are, we're gonna get this Appaloosa horse right here on the right. Okay, the Palomino that's walking towards us, he'll be really easy to catch, but his deal is when he approaches you, he'll get in your space. Okay, so he's one that, like, when he gets up to you, hold your hands up and you can put a little pressure on him to get him to back away. Okay, so we'll see if he kind of comes up here. He's like, no, I won't do it today. But if he goes to get in your space, just back him off a little bit by shoving him away. And if you have to, you can use your hands to slap him in the head, okay? But you always start really smooth and slow first. Okay, so watch how I do this. So I go up here, I go here, bump, 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 and if I have to, I'll push him away like that. Okay, you can see that the Appaloosa is a little more sensitive about it. Okay, I didn't even touch him and he took off away from us. So he'll be a little bit harder to catch when we go out there. So someone go ahead and have your halters ready. Make sure everything's ready. Remember, you're gonna keep your hand on the eyelet. Go ahead and untie it. Okay, we got one that's ready. So like this right here. Let me see this from here. So I untie it here. Okay, hand there, lay that over there, and then the rest of it drapes over your arm. Yep, hold that in your left hand. You should have your right hand should be free. Okay, right hand should be free. Yep, right hand's free. All right, so who wants to catch the Appaloosa? You do. Okay, so come up here with me. All right, so what we're gonna do is he's walking away from us here. So we don't want to approach him on that opposite side because he's got all that pasture to go to. So just kind of follow me. So what we'll do is we'll step in front of him here, okay? And then just pause. The biggest thing is don't get in a hurry doing this. All right, if he wants to play a game, that's fine, but all I'm gonna do is step in front of his face, okay, to cut him off. If he goes to go back that way, I just go over here with him, okay? You can see how he's nervous. He's just walking a circle there and he's hiding behind another horse. Okay, they'll do that. They learn to do that. Walk behind me here. So now I've got him on this side, and if he goes over to this side, guess what? We go back over here. Nope, not this one. Yeah, that one right there, okay?
All right.
So, yep. So go slow and stay close to this horse here. Go ahead and pet his neck, put it around his neck, put it around his neck. Don't jack around too much. Remember how to do it? Okay. So we're kind of in a bad spot here. We'll go over here like this. Okay, there you go. So now we've got a hold of him. Hold on. So we've got a hold of him here. Now he's somewhat caught. Okay, so you're gonna take this end, put it around his nose, and then this will go here. Okay, this goes over the top of his nose, and then that goes over through the back side. There you go, good. Good. So we'll go like this. I'll show you. So we go through there, okay, through there, around the back, and then through.
Oh.
Okay, around the back, and then through. Just through here.
Oh.
There you go. Now pull tight. You got it. There you go. All right. So now, remember, when we lead him, we keep about 1.5 to 2 foot between our hand and the lead rope here, okay? So now you just kind of follow us from a distance. All right, now, so let's go ahead and, which horse you want to catch? You pick.
Oh,
And then I'll tell you how we need to approach him.
I'll take the Appaloosa.
The Appaloosa, okay, perfect. So let's walk around here. Now that the other horses are walking that way, we want to kind of get in front of him. So they're curling around. So we're going to try to step in front of him, kind of working him towards the corner of this pasture, okay? So we're just going to kind of watch what he does here. All right, so now we're going to kind of walk a little bit more this way because I want him to angle that way. That way we can go right up to his shoulder and catch him. So now he's stopped, so we'll come over here to the front of him. Go ahead and come here. We're going to come in at 90 degrees, go to his neck, pet his neck, put your rope around him. There you go, good. All right, who's next? Go ahead and pick what you want. The brown one, okay, the sorrel. It's also a paint. All right, she's a little more harder to catch. So go ahead and come up this way. You might be able to get her pretty easy right here. And then approach here. Now watch that you've got this horse right here, okay? So walk up to her neck, pet her neck, and then put it around her. There you go. Everything needs to be smooth and quick, all right? The more you jack around, the more likely they're gonna walk off. All right, go ahead and pick yours. Yeah, the gray, perfect. So let's not walk up there because that horse's butt's pointed right there. So once she kind of walks off a little bit, then we can go up to it. There you go, you got it. And then through, you got it, nice job. All right, go ahead and lead your horse forward a little bit. All right, now let's walk up to the gray horse. If he goes to walk with her, all we're gonna do is we're gonna come around this other side. Go ahead and stop. We're gonna cut him off. Go ahead and keep following me. Or stay right there, because he may come to your side. Now you can kind of go around. Go way around this horse's butt. And then approach straight at his wither. Good, there you go. Okay, now go ahead and lead this horse off to get her out of the way. Go ahead and lead this one. Yeah, no, you're good. All right, we'll move that horse's hind end out of the way. You want to get Daly right there? Yeah, there you go.
Perfect. Now tighten it a little more. There you go. Now tighten it.
Good, and we got Daly caught too. Yep, underneath. Wait, hold on, wrong way. Let's go this way. That way. Okay. Pull it through, and then through the loop. Those of you watching online, you're like, oh, I would have got that. Yeah, right. Come do it when you got the instructor watching you. It makes you a little more nervous. Stocks here. If you're going to the vet's office, you're taking a horse to the vet or wherever, when you go to lead the horse into a set of stocks, all right, it's important to know this. So I'm going to undo everything. So open it up. Okay, so when I go to lead this horse into it, as I'm going through, one, he may kind of veer off to the side. He's not going to want to travel in here because it's a lot closer and kind of claustrophobic. Horses don't like being in tight spaces. So number one, the first thing I need to do is I need to open this up. Why would I need to open that up as I'm bringing him in? So I have a way out, right? Because if he comes barreling in here and I have nowhere to go, I'm in trouble. Okay, so I need to be able to walk out here. Now, if he was really bad about not stepping in here, what I like about these stocks is they really open up. Okay, he's going to be a lot more likely to step in here. So what I can do is I can then take him in here, get him stopped, and then if I had help with somebody, or I can just do it myself, is slowly close him in here. Okay, not make anything sudden movements. I'm not going to slam anything. I'm going to go here. Now I've got this here so I can shut this. If he goes to back out, I've still got a hold of him here and it's around this deal so I can hold on to it and keep him from backing out. All right, if he goes barreling out backwards, I'm not going to try to keep him in there. I'm going to let him back out and then I'm going to try it again, okay? But what I don't want to do is if he barrels out backwards, I don't want to let him rest out there and then trying to force him into it again, okay? Immediately go right back to it. So I'm going to tie our knot here that we just talked about. Okay, I'm going to tie him up here. I'm going to pet his butt to know I'm back here. Because if I don't do anything and let him know I'm back here, and then this goes and touches his legs, and he kicks it, and it comes swinging back at me, it's probably going to hurt. Okay, so I'm going to pet his butt, bring it here, and then the same deal as if we're behind them. Okay, I'm putting this against my body. Because if he kicks this before I get it close, it's going to push me rather than slam up against me. And this goes for when you're working cattle, anything, okay? If you've got a hold of a gate, you need to hold on to it, okay? Don't swing it around. Otherwise, if one of the animals kicks it, you could be in big trouble, okay? So now I've got him in a set of stocks. So just a couple things that we're going to do really quick that are really common practice. is one, we're going to deworm him. Okay? So he's probably, we could weight tape him, but I'd say he's about 900 pounds. Okay? So I've got marks here on the dewormer, 750, 1,000. He's not quite 1,000. But what we're going to put it at is we're going to put it, I'm going to go ahead and put it at about 1,100. Okay? And the reason why is because he'll probably spit some of it out. Okay? They give you 1,250, and that's a lot. Okay? That's a pretty big horse. And if you're dealing with bigger horses than, like your draft horses, they're probably going to take more than just one tube. Okay? They're more like 2,000 pounds. So they'll probably take at least 2 tubes. So I'm going to give him 1,100 because he might be pushing 1,000. I could weight tape him, but I've seen a bunch. So I'd say he's probably pushing 1,000, and he'll probably lose some. So I'm going to give him just a little bit extra. So when I go to do this, am I going to approach him just like this right here? Especially if we go to give a shot too. Do not walk up to him like that. Because if they bump you and bump it, and then it pushes against you and all that squirts out on the ground, this stuff's expensive. Okay? So you don't want to lose this. Okay? So when you go up to him with a shot or with anything, you either hold it like a pencil or you hold it like this. Okay? And you get it where you need it to go, and then you can either use your finger, your pinky finger like this, and push that in, or some other way, okay? If you want to hold it like that, you can do that, but don't approach it with your thumb right here on him like that, okay? So what I'll do is I'll get him straight here. Now, I don't want to go straight from here and grab his nose, okay? He obviously doesn't care too much about it, but I may start here and hold on to this halter, and then I'm going to put my thumb in his mouth here and insert that in, okay? Once it's in, then I can push on the lever, okay? Does someone want to try to do it? Anybody? You do? Okay. All right. Since we took your horse away from you, we'll let you do it. All right. So watch right here. And if you all want to come around here, you can see how I do this here. All right. And you don't have to put your horse in the stocks to do this. I'm just showing you this is kind of what stocks are for if you've got a horse that's difficult to deal with. Okay. So I'm going to hold his nose right here, and I'm going to hold on to the halter at the same time because I can't just hold his nose and get a grip on his nose. There's no way I can hold him like that. But I use my halter. And that's why it's important that this is tight too. Okay, so I hold my halter here, and I come here, and I put that on the corner of his mouth, like that. Okay, and I might have to use my thumb to open it a little, and then I slide that in. Okay, once it's in, I kind of hold his head up, and then I plunge that. Okay, he's being really good about it. All right, but that's kind of, he's like, do I suck on this or what? Okay, that's kind of how you do that. Most horses do not act that way. Normally they don't like something in their mouth like that. Okay, but when you plunge that in, you need to hold their jaw, their lower jaw up. Okay, because otherwise, if they lower their head and open their mouth, guess where this is going? Right on the ground. Okay. All right, so hold it like that. I'll help you here. Good. And then we're gonna go here. So touch him with it, and then put it against his corner of his lip. Now just kind of twist it and push it in as deep as you can get it there. There you go. And then plunge it. Good. Now pull it out. And when you pull it out, kind of run it against his mouth. Okay, so he still hasn't moved his mouth yet. So we're kind of waiting for him to open his mouth and move it around. I don't even think he knows it's in there yet. But when he goes to do that, I'm going to try to make him do it here. Open your mouth. There we go. Okay, he likes the taste of it. All right, we want him to move his mouth around because then he'll work it down. So once he starts working it like that, we want to keep him up. Okay, otherwise it's all going to drop out. We're probably good now. I say that and he's going to drop it on the floor. That's why we gave him an 1,100-pound dose. Okay, he's like, woo. That is. When I go to give him a vaccination, all right, his spine's going to run from up here and then S down through here. Okay, so he's got a meeting spot right in here. It's kind of like a triangle. It runs from here over to here, and then it's the slope of his shoulder. All right, so this is where we're going to inject him. So when I go to do that, I'm going to pinch some of his skin here. That's kind of distracting him right there. I pinch some of his skin, and then I go directly in, kind of like I'm jabbing him with a dart. Okay, I go in, and then once it's in, I bring my thumb up and plunge it in. Okay, or you can go in like we showed with that, where you hold it somewhat similar to a pencil. Okay, like this right here. okay? I grab a hold here, go in, here, plunge. Does that make sense? Or you can, and then once you take it out, rub that spot, okay? Or you can do it kind of like this. I can come here, rub, 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 stab, okay? But I'm going to be in this triangle area here, okay? It runs there to here, right in there. All right, if you're giving a big dose, you need to alternate sides, and you can actually give it in their butt too. All right. So, any questions? Take their temperature. I forget which one of these works best. So I've got a little bit of lube here. It's just nice to put just a smidge on there. You don't have to, okay? But I'm just trying to be nice because I wouldn't like it. So when I go to take his temperature, you all can come around here so you can see it. All right. So I'm gonna lift his tail. I'm gonna grab his tail, and I'll have to have him relax a little bit. Okay. And I'm gonna pull it to the side here. Keep my hands on him. Okay. See how I keep my hand here and then work it to it? Put it there. Press the button. Sorry, buddy, I turned it off. Now it's on. So we're looking at 99, even 100. Horses are going to be a little bit hotter than we are, and that's okay. Okay, so if they're a little bit hotter, like at 99 or 100, that's fine. I think 100.4 is a low-grade fever for us. Okay, they're going to be a little higher than that. So he's right where he needs to be. He's at 99.7. Okay, so he's not sick, not acting sick, so he's not sick. So he doesn't have a temperature. If you've got a horse that there's something wrong with them, they ain't acting right, just get you a cheap thermometer like this, and you can take their temperature. So before going to the vet, you can at least know that they have a fever. Okay, and then you can kind of eliminate certain things. Here. So when you go to load a horse in a trailer, if they've never been loaded before, do it slow for one, okay? And then the other part of it is if it's a more confined trailer, like this is a huge open trailer, okay? There's lots of room in here, so they normally don't have a problem going in through here. So one thing you can do, we didn't go over lunging or anything, but if you need to, take the horse and prior to going in the trailer, if they don't want to go in the trailer, I might back them some, okay? Or take them and point them off and lunge them around me for a little while, okay? All I'm doing is taking him and kind of trotting him and working him around me. I'm pointing the direction I want him to go. If I want him to turn away from me, I kick his butt out of the way, send him the other way. Pluck to him, forward, and use my little rope here to kind of smack him. So I might work him for a little while, and then his rest is going to be leading right up to the trailer. Okay? I'll do it the first time. So I step him up here, and I kind of let him come in on his feet. Now, when he's coming inside the trailer, I want to get the heck out of the way. Okay? Because if he goes to jump in or whatever, I want him to be able to move, and I stay at a safe distance away from him. So go ahead and step up in here, Eva. So I'm going to lead him forward here. And then you can see right up here is our hooks that we're going to tie to. Okay? So I want him all the way up in the nose. And then I'm going to tie my knot right here. Okay? The main thing here is watch your feet. Okay? Because you're really close to him. So I tie my knots here. Then I walk away. And I can shut my divider on him. Alright? When I'm done with it, I untie him. There's two ways. I can either turn him around or back him up. I would prefer that you back him up. Okay, this is a big trailer, so I can turn him around. But if they can back well, then I'm going to back him off the trailer. Just like this. I want him to do it slow. And if I go to stop him, I want him to be able to stop at any time. Not just barrel off backwards. All right, even if we get halfway on the ramp, I still want him to stop halfway if I ask him to. Okay? Now I'm going to keep him backing up here and go ahead and back him completely off. Okay? So, the biggest thing here is try to make this the good place. If they don't want that to be a good place, then make this out here bad by lunging them like I showed you. Okay? Alright, so we're all going to load each horse in the trailer.